Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. Let's get right into it. They'll be sitting there watching you and you won't even know it. They're taking Nosey to a whole new level. There are some people who are nosy because, maybe they got some interest in you. Maybe you're a little different to them, or a little odd, a little weird, a little strange, and they just want to know one or two things about you, or maybe why you do some things, and then they go off and live their everyday life. But then you have people who take Nosey to a whole new level. You have people who will just be there, just observing and just watching and just monitoring your spirit. And you turn around and that person is there and you had no clue. And you might have been having a conversation. You might have been just chilling out or whatever, having a little bite to eat or something, or sitting at the park, and this person is behind you, watching you the whole, and like you get the vibe that they were there the whole entire time. And then you'll have people who have the audacity to just see that you're doing something, or see that you're interested in something, or see you possibly having a phone conversation, or maybe you're making a video. Maybe you're just going for a walk out in nature or something, and they will pop up to observe you like you're an animal in a cage, and you can feel the weird vibes pouring off of them. All right, that's the vibes of someone that is taking Nosey to a whole new level. That's the vibes of someone that is trying to peer into your life. It's like they're standing outside of your home and watching you live your life or something like that. All right. They're taking Nosey to a whole new level. Most of the time, you're just able to do things, and some people may watch. You may know that they're watching, but people who are, they're like really captivated by you and they don't want you to know just how much, or whether they're, gang stalking, whether they're following you some kind of way, or like harassing you in like some passive aggressive, petty, far away type stalking. You'll just like, the person will just pull up on you. All right, like, these people just want to be seen by you. They just want to be seen by you. It's very strange, and they're trying to make you feel like you don't belong. They're trying to make you feel like you're not supposed to be here, kind of thing. And they feel that they have power over you, and that you are their property. They feel that you're their property. They feel that it's nothing for them to watch you and just totally just get involved in your business. Trying to talk to somebody about it, it's not going to do anything. They're going to look at you like, what are you talking about? What, like, they are on the same type of time. All right, just like if you were to go to a righteous person and the person would be like, yeah, that's wrong, that is not right. They're evil. So when you try to go to someone that's evil about someone that's evil, they're going to be like, what? They're not gonna have anything to say about this person's nosiness, and they may even start watching you too. If you've noticed that certain organizations, certain people you'll go to about being watched or harassed, and they will go to you about these. They will start possibly even stalking you too. But it's all because they want to be seen by you. They want to be seen by you. These people are trying to let you know. All right, they're trying to let you know that they're there, and that's why they're so upset, and the demon on them gets mad when you don't pay them any mind, because they need to be seen by you. They literally have to be seen by you. It's a part of the stalking. It's a part of their tactics against you. It's a part of what they do to try to make you feel awful about yourself. It's a part of what they do to try to make you not want to be you, and not want to live your life, and not want to be the type of person that you are. All right, they want you to give in, and they want you to agree with what they do, and be the type of person that they are. But you're never going to do that. So what they have to do is they just have to be nosy. and it's just to irritate you. It's to try to irritate you. All right, they want to try to get you back. You're upsetting them, you're angering them. All right, they're jealous of you, and they're just taking Nosy to a whole new level. They're obsessed. All right, and they just want to be a part of your life so bad, and they have to be in your business. um, Someone like you give them something to talk about, they have to talk about you. All right, they have to come up with new plans, they have to get into your business, and they have to they have to do what is a part of their job description. And their job description is to, make you feel like you're never alone, make you feel like somebody's always watching. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Or they have to try to make you feel like somebody is always watching you. All right, they have to try to make it feel like you're never having a moment to yourself. And when they're nosy, they're able to figure things out about you, and that's the main thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to figure you out. They want to learn things about you. They're studying you like a guinea pig. All right, seeing what they could possibly try to do. And then one of the things that I've realized is they want to see how they could try to interrupt your life. They want to see what they can ruin. They want to see what you like, so they can try to disrupt it, so they could try to cause havoc, so they could try to, if they can't bother you by watching you, what they'll do is they'll watch you until they either start bothering you or they figure out how to bother you. And that's why they're watching you. They're plotting and they're scheming. And it's like they're not just plotting and scheming, they're actually like plotting and scheming on how to destroy you, like how to like ruin your life in some kind of way. They're not like plotting to like take something from you. Well, I mean, except your peace and your sanity. But other than that, you know how somebody may like watch someone and like burglarize them or rob them, or it's like, okay, we got the drop on this person. We know they do A, B, and C. They got the money, and it, like not that kind of plotting and scheming. Like Jay-Z was talking about in his what's that song called? The Streets Is Watching. Not like that type of plotting and scheming, but like, yo, it's that, but on a different kind of level. It's like on a spiritual level. It's like they want to take your spiritual wealth from you, which is your peace of mind, which is your freedom, which is your sanity, like things like that. They want to try to remove those things from out of your life. All right, they're taking Nosy to a whole new level. Um, they want to continue to get in your business, and they want you to feel like, you know, that they're always there. They want you to not have that freedom to just do things without anybody watching. All right. That like even when you didn't realize people were watching, people were probably always watching. All right, yo, there's this one, like there are things that happen that are just inexplainable, and it ain't nothing but organized stalking. And it's like you have even probably not have been aware and even had conversations with some of these people, because you possibly, something in your subconscious mind or your mind just remembers them. And it's like the same, this is what will happen, this is what, because this is what I remember from experiencing, like this is what I remember experiencing when you go to certain places, like this, they're the same people could have possibly been showing up and doing the same thing around you for freaking years, and you just now have spoken to this person, and then you'll have deja vu and be like, yo, I've been in the same place next to this person before. What is that? Like, yo, you like say, then this is what happened in my experience. The same person had, like, this person has been like following me to like a grocery store or whatever for like as long as, I mean, and I'm not gonna say as long as I can remember, because it hasn't happened like too many times as far as I've been aware of. But sometimes this person will be at the same, like this person will be checking out when I'm checking out. This person will be right next to me, and it's like I just remember one time using this, like the self checkout or whatever, and this person was right there before, and then when I did it again, it was like deja vu, and I'm like, yo, this person is, because like I just remember the vibe from this person, because I was thinking certain things about this person, and I'm like, yo, this person's a little off there, a little strange, and it's like this, like like just last earlier, like last year or something, like during, but when it was getting warm, like during the summertime or like in the fall or something like that, around that time, the person had did the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen this person before, and I've been doing the same thing, and this person was like right here doing the same thing, and like that's what they'll do. But it's like they watch you so much, and they will align themselves with your routines and the things that you do until you notice, and it's a high for them. It's like, yo, I've been following you and watching you and stalking you and following behind you and doing the same thing as you for possibly God knows how long, and you're just now seeing it. Like they will keep doing the same things until you see them. As we're right on track and you hear the train. Give me a minute. But like it's a high for someone to finally get recognized by someone that they have been low key probably like stalking and following for a minute, and this is why they take Nosey to a whole new level, and it's something. I'll tell you that. um they need you to look at them. They need your attention. I know we talked about that before, like they need your attention to like satisfy some type of supply, but they really need your attention because that supply is like it's like food for them. It's like it feeds them, and they need it to survive. All right, before I thought they just need it because you know how people just need validation and satisfaction, and I thought it was just someone who's just like having a mental disorder, but like on a spiritual level, like like on a spiritual level, like vampires like suck souls out of people, like and feed on people's souls and people's blood. This is like pretty much that, just on the level of you being confused, you not knowing what to do, you not knowing why this is happening or the reason why behind it or something like that. And it's just an awful thing to do to someone, but that's this is the game they play. This is what they're involved in, and I mean, you really don't want anything to do with it. You really don't. You're like, yo, I don't want anything to do with this, but they want to be involved in your life. They do. They want to be involved in your life, and I mean, it's things. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but it's like there are things that are deeper behind it and that go along with it. All right, originally, when you're not looking at it from like a spiritual point of view, you just see it as people being weird. You see it as, people just wanting to be in your business, but it's a little deeper than that. All right, it's way deeper than that. But they have to get in your business. It does something for them. It brings them some type of joy in life. They get joy out of doing corrupt things, evil things, negative things to people. They want to try to harm people mentally in some kind of way. They want to, like, they'll do it until you are aware that they've done it, kind of thing. They will keep doing the same thing to you, popping up at the same places until you have that moment to where you recognize them, and they even get a little kick out of that too. It's like, oh, they finally recognized me. They finally noticed me. They finally saw me. I've been watching you for God knows how long. You finally figured it out. You remember me, and it's just weird. It's weird for you, but that's what they do. All right, they want to be in your life. They want to be a part of your life. They're nosy, and they take nosy to a whole new level. They take being nosy to a whole new level. Probably sit in their cars, watch you go places, and like you don't even know. These people just will probably be out in town just like looking for you or trying to see if they could find you. And that's why they get your routines. So they could, okay, I know this person does this around this time. Let me just sit, wait, and watch. See if I run into them. It's literally like the Truman. I mean, it's like the Truman Show. I know a lot of people comment that and they say that, but it is a Truman Show. And certain people's lives, this is just the way things go for them. And wanting, like, the fact that you want somebody to stop doing something that you have no power over making them stop, except for like moving and going somewhere to like a different state, that says a lot about this type of behavior. It's like, yo, you can't go to any authorities about it. You can't try to, like, talking to them is going to be worthless. They're going to tell you that they're not doing it. They're going to deflect and ask you, wow, what do you mean? I would do anything like that. And they'll get polite on you in a heartbeat. They will get nice on you in a heartbeat. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a good person. I am a law-abiding citizen. I have never, would never, have never, would never, will never. And this person is just lying to you, BSing you like straight to your face. So, and it will happen with multiple people. And the fact that it's just not one person, it could be whole towns. I heard someone say that before. It could be whole towns gang stalking a person, and then once I'm like, yo, I'm like, man, I'm like, that sounds like, to me, before I really like got into it, I was like, now that sounds out there. I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm what I really said was, this sounds cuckoo, but I ain't gonna say that because I don't want to deject something that I just don't have any understanding of. But once you become aware and you open your eyes to certain things, not that they were like closed before, but you just weren't aware of it, so they were kind of closed. It's just like, yo, I see what this person was talking about now. I can see how a whole town will be in on one person. And that's why when you go to certain areas, it will be lighter than like areas where you're from. Like the place where you're from, that's probably the worst place you have ever experienced the stalking. Like that's probably the worst place you ever experienced it, is where you are from. You probably have, and possibly some other places, where you stayed for a while. People get to know you. All right, that's probably why you can't stay places for long. And if you do, you probably have to go out into the country or an area where it's like really spread out. Like you probably have to be in an area where it's really spread out. But the worst place I've experienced this type of behavior is where I'm from. Like people that I have grown up around my whole life, people that I have seen my whole life. And the fact that you didn't know what was happening and you finally figure it out, like you probably were made mad a lot. And yo, here is the thing that, and this is why I know so much about this kind of stuff. Like I was checking out some literature on these kinds of topics, and the person said, you almost dropped what was in my hands. All right, almost dropped my phone. The person said that if you don't have a car, they're gonna stalk you to death. Yo, that was so funny because I always would be looking up. I'm like, yo, pedestrian harassment. I would always be looking up pedestrian harassment. I would all like, this is what led me to figure out what like certain. I had heard a few videos or a few information on gang stalking before, but this is what led me to like figuring it out. I'm like, yo, why are people behaving like this? And I would just eventually, it would be second nature for me. Like this is how I developed like certain psychic abilities, by just being aware of what people do and being able to guess people's behavior. All right, and that's why I'm not sure if it's. I mean, some of it I could tell it is psychic behavior, but it's like, yo, I could just pretty much guess a person's behavior and what they're going to do by the way that they're moving. You could just tell. It's like, okay, I see what they're about to do. I like you get to a point to where somebody could just walk outside and you already know what they're about to do. It's like, okay, this person is about to awkwardly, strangely, weirdly, oddly come near me, and I'm not going to like it, and I'm going to have to control myself because this person is going to purposely do something that I don't like. And it's like, you probably, in the area that you're from, have experienced a lot of things that you just didn't like. Or you probably, like the area that you're from, you unfortunately, you probably hate it. Excuse me. All right. You probably, allergy season, y'all. The area that you're from, you probably hate it. You probably do not like, you would, if you had the chance, you would probably never go back to where you're from. All right, God bless you if you still where you from and you making it happen. God bless you. All right, I know after figuring out what I know and why I was being upset and why people were doing the things that they were doing to me when I would appear, man, I'm done with certain areas that I was from, where I'm from. And it's like, you walk past certain people and they behave a certain way. Like if you don't have a vehicle, these people are going to be all up in your business. And it's like they can tell by your energy how you're moving, how to treat you and how to act toward you. That's what they do. All right, they could tell what type of energy you have, that you're not in the matrix. They could tell like, yo, this person is too high vibrational. This person is not on our level. This person is not on a low vibrational frequency to where they're going to react or act like a demon. And that's just what it is. All right, it's really nothing more to it than that. They could tell by how you walk that you're on God's side. They could see that confidence in you. They could see that love in you. They could see that truth in you. They could see that Christ in you. They could see that God in you. All right, they could see those things in you just by how you operate and just by your glow. And it causes them. This is why when you're like, say, if you walk or whatever, if you're a pedestrian or you're working towards getting your four wheels. All right, I'm gonna speak that into existence on you. If you are a pedestrian, all right, I am say you're working towards getting you some vehicles right now. Amen. When you walk past certain developments, parking lots, all right, businesses, like, and this is how I really have been able to pick up on these kinds of things and be able to learn these kinds of things. This is just a part of it, just by having people act towards me the way they are. Like when if you don't have a vehicle, you get stalked to death. All right, the best way to really get some of this stalking to relax is to get a vehicle. And I appreciate people trying to help, but I always wondered, I'm like, yo, I done prayed already, and like the same things are still happening. Like you can pray against how it makes you feel, but I'm not sure if you could pray against like these. I'm not sure if you could pray against. You could pray against the behavior, but I don't think it's going to stop the behavior. I think it's going to like make you not be affected by it, and that's just my conclusion. All right. I'm sure there are some things that you can pray that will stop. All right. And there's also certain things that you can do. All right. You can like you could tap into people's minds and you can make them stop doing it, because all it is somebody that's possessed. At that point, I mean, it's fair game. They're possessed. All right, let the God in you tap in. All right, let the God in you take possession over them. Like you can control people's minds and get them to do what you need them to do. It's just the thing is, the way they play the game is they get you so upset and so frustrated. That thought is so far from your mind, and that idea is so far from your mind. But say like you have a loud neighbor, or you have an annoying neighbor, or you have somebody that's doing something that gets on your nerves, you can get into their mind and make them stop. You just have to not be irritated enough to hop into that mind frame. And it's like when you are mad, and that's the thing. That's why they have to attack you the way they do, because that's why they're so nosy, because they're trying to figure out what kind of powers you have. They're trying to access you in a way to where you won't be able to access your powers. Because you got some powers now. All right, you have some powers. You could access their mind, and you could get them to do what you want them to do, like stop in certain cases. All right, you could possibly even tell them to turn around, walk the other way. Like, but the thing is, it's like it happens so many times throughout the day. It happens so many times throughout the day. It's just like when you see it, you just probably, if you're like anything like me, you probably automatically just get upset and frustrated, and you're like, oh, here they come. But that's not what you want to do. All right, and that's why you have to reach a level of mastery within yourself, to where once you can gain control of yourself, you're going to be able to gain control over them in certain aspects. All right, and you're going to be able to control them and get them to do what you want them to do. Like they have that stuff in movies where people access a person's mind and they tell that person what to do. That person's already controlled anyway. You might as well take over for a positive reason. They're controlled by the devil, so you might as well try to help them out for that split second, and just redirect them. Because whatever and see that we have power and authority to trample over scorpions and snakes. We have power and authority to trample over scorpions and snakes. So just because they're possessed and they're trying to upset you out of realizing that you have power over them, man, this stuff is real, yo. They're trying to frustrate you out of your authority. You got authority. You got the authority to make these people leave you be in certain cases. That's as far as my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding goes just yet. But until I'm blessed to learn anything further or anything more, all right, we'll get there. But there's been times where people were like banging and being loud when I was trying to make my videos, and I tapped into them and made them stop. Or it's been times where I've been trying to like just chill or relax after a day of work before I even started doing videos, and yeah, I made them stop. But certain things, it's like you get so mad because of what the person has done and what the person's doing, and your preconceived energy towards this person. It's like, like that they make, and they make you so mad that you forget that you have authority over them. And this is why this is why the Bible says that a fool, like you're not supposed to be hasty to anger, because only a fool will do that. Only a fool will jump towards being angry instead of using his mind or her mind. And you want to be able to use your mind and not be a fool, even if these people are watching the crap out of you, even if these people are being so nosy to the point to where it upsets you. And it will upset you, because it's like, yo, you just want to be left alone, and they're being nosy as you don't know what. They're being so nosy. It's like you'll never get a moment to yourself. Can't even have a conversation by yourself when they're around. Even like, it's like you're out in public. It's like people are out in public are supposed to be moving and doing what they're doing, but yo, they will go out in public and do exactly what it is that we talk about. That's the only reason why they go out in public. They may buy some stuff to take care of that vessel that they've inhabited. They know that vessel got to eat. They're like, yo, they got to feed, the demon got to feed, and they know the demon got to feed the worldly demon. Our two demons is operating in that person themselves and the thing that's inhabited them and took over them. All right, they're under some type of demonic possession, but that thing, the demon that's inhabited them, is like, yo, this vessel has to eat. I have to keep this vessel full or charged, or I gotta maintain this vessel's body. So it's like the demon will go out to feed off of you, but it still got to pick up them snacks or whatever it is to keep that person, because if the person stops eating, probably if they don't get that person, if they don't get the shell some food, it'll probably freaking wake up. And this is why a lot of them have certain eating habits the way that they do. You try to tell them to eat healthier, the thing on them is like, no, I don't want to eat healthy. Parasites, all right, and parasites got a hold of them. Not only do they got inward parasites and guts and tubes and cardio and all these things, they got a spiritual parasite as well. That the Damien. Shout out to Damien. All right, I hope nothing wrong with you, Damien. All right, but as far as I know, all right, I hope it ain't nothing wrong with you, Damien. But I don't know a Damien, but just saying in case of Damien, watch my videos. I'm not singling you out, D. All right, but yo, that's just the term that they call demons. It's just another term for demons. They say Damon. All right, but it is what it is, shoot, YNW Melly, his last name was Demons, and look what happened to him. But yeah, he still remains innocent. He's still innocent, oddly enough. All right, but I guess we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, you have to continue. Yeah, you got to do your best. You gotta stay peaceful and not feed them. But yo, they go out in public just to do these things. They go out in public just to be evil. Just like you go out to have a good time, you worked all week, you want to enjoy you a meal, you want to sit down, relax. They go out to try to not try, they go out to interrupt the people who do that. The people who aren't evil and people who aren't out trying to absorb other people and things of that nature. It's like, yo, it's like what's his name, Cell. Like their cells, it's like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. He would absorb certain characters life force and things like that before he joined them, I believe, to defeat the androids. That's wild, man. Cell was out here destroying them, destroying folks. But yo, they wanna absorb you like Cell. And when you get angry and all that, I know I said that a few times already, but you are giving them your power, and you don't want to do that. You have to maintain your level of peace and sanity, so that way you don't feed them. Not only feed them, but feed them your power. All right, they're eating off of they've been eating off of us in more ways than one: time, energy, power source. You don't want to be a power source for them. And that's why they'll give you those little smirks and things like that, and those little demonic looks and stares. They're trying to get you to freak out. And that's why they want to be nosy, because they want to piss you off. They're being nosy to get you to be upset. And it is what it is. All right. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right. Anyone with any topics you'd like me to discuss, post it in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. It's been another DruTube special. Shout out to the Chosen Vessels, the Galactic Family, the GCVs. We out.